Episode 9 is said to have many different connections to not just the prequels and the originals, but also Star Wars Rebels by Dave Filoni. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that I am truly excited to see in this movie is exactly how JJ is going to utilize these connections to the prequels, the originals, and even, of course, Star Wars Rebels by, of course, showrunner Dave Filoni himself. Now, we do know that Dave has had discussions with Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, Jon Favreau about all of the different projects within the Star Wars franchise that falls under Disney. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with something to do with Grand Admiral Thrawn in Episode 9. Now, what's really intriguing is that it's described that Episode 9 will feature the unknown regions in the second act of the film that will include major connections and references to Grand Admiral Thrawn, a popular Legends and canon character in the franchise. It's described that Thrawn will have references through some of the villains and the First Order, and that one of the worlds to be featured in the film that is set in the unknown regions will offer more info and answers on the character. However, it still remains unclear if the character will actually appear. One of the descriptions involves KYLO and his knights exploring the wreckage of a ship on a strange world in the unknown regions that is said to have a connection to Thrawn and another Rebels character. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, you guys may recall about a week or so ago, we heard light things about Grand Admiral Thrawn quite possibly being in the movie, about one of the descriptions involving a rear shot of a character that looked just like him in the same exact outfit, the blue skin, the black hair. So it may very well be him. However, what's really intriguing is that the unknown regions will have a role in Episode 9 that will offer some answers to what happened to that, of course, Rebels character in of course, Season 4. At the very end of Season 4, a lot of people are starting to wonder whatever happened to Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, we do know that the Knights of Ren and KYLO Ren are going to be very prominent in this movie. They're going to be the main focus aside from Rey. So with that being said, they will be going on a lot of different quests and different adventures here and there to the Outer Rim, to the unknown regions, which will offer answers for the character of course, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn. So Admiral Thrawn will have references in this movie. There will be connections made to the character in Episode 9. However, it still remains unclear if he's actually going to be in the movie per se. But we will be learning more about the character in this film. So what's really intriguing to me, the thing that stands out to me the most, is the description of the KYLO and the Knights on that strange world, exploring the wreckage of a ship. Now, if you guys watch Star Wars Rebels Season 4, you guys may very well be aware that whatever happened to, of course, Grand Admiral Thrawn on board of that ship could very well be the same exact ship, the same exact Star Destroyer, or whatever it was, right? That goes into hyperspace and leaves and just vanishes into thin air. That could very well be the same exact ship that, of course, KYLO and the Knights are exploring, that learn more about Grand Admiral Thrawn for the audience that goes ahead and sees this movie come this December. Now, also, the mention of another Rebels character having a lot of connections in this movie could very well be Ezra Bridger. As you all know, Ezra Bridger was on the same exact ship on that, of course, ship in, of course, Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, and it's heavily implied that that's exactly where they headed, into the unknown regions. We do know that the unknown regions will play a role in this movie, and that there is going to be a new threat in Episode 9 that will make KYLO Ren feel a whole lot more vulnerable than ever before in the film that's going to be quite unique by JJ. So when we look at Episode 9, we can see how he's really trying to make this movie, I guess you could say, very much like an in-depth movie. A lot of stuff going on that connects to the books, the novels, the comics, and even the animated TV series, like the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. And that's what I like about this. Now, could this be a bad thing? If it's not done correctly, yes. We do know that this movie is really going to gravitate towards all Star Wars fans. If you're into books, novels, video games, animated TV series, or just the movies, it's basically going to be a movie for everybody. And if they're trying to please everybody, does that mean the movie is going to have too much going for it and will feel a little crowded? Now, like I say, it is a very special movie. They're really trying to go out with a bang with this movie. It's going to be considered as a historical movie, something that fans will never see again. So this is really ending the Skywalker saga, at least for now, in the minds of Disney and Lucasfilm. So one thing is for certain is that there will be connections for, of course, some of the Rebels characters, like, of course, Ahsoka Tano, Ezra Bridger making appearances most likely here and there. But as for Thrawn, we still are not sure if he's actually going to be in the movie. But there will be references and connections, as well as answers, for the fate of Grand Admiral Thrawn and exactly what happened to him in the Unknown Regions. Now, what I like about the Unknown Regions is that we've never seen this in a Star Wars film to date, in detail, and that's going to be a part of Episode 9. I mean, could you imagine if they titled it that, Star Wars: The Unknown Regions? I don't know if they would go as that far to do so, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.